going to talk to you today about fees and charges. A lot of people want to know what it's going to cost them to take out a mortgage or to refinance, and I'm just going to explain very broadly a lot of the fees that you might come up against. So each bank is very specific, obviously, and each product will have its own specifications within each bank. However, as a rule, a lot of banks have very similar fees and charges. The first one will be an application fee. Most banks will waive this, which is very handy. It's generally speaking going to be $150 to $600, somewhere in that ballpark, but the majority of banks will waive it. They call it a special, but as a rule, most of the time they're waiving these application fees. Some don't. You will have to pay an application fee every now and then. After the application fee, you will probably have a valuation fee. So this is going to this is what it costs to value your house, whether it's the house you're buying or the house you already own, which you're refinancing. Again, some banks waive this. Some banks include it in your package fee or your application fee. The majority of banks, though, will charge you if you have to have a second valuation done. So this could be anywhere from $150 to $250 in that sort of ballpark, and most banks will charge you if you have a second valuation performed on the same property. Going on from that, once you have actually made the application, you've gone through with the fees and that sort of thing to start with, you're going to have a mortgage registration fee. This is $165, and this goes through to the government. You cannot get away from that. Banks won't waive that fee because it's not theirs. They pass it on. Once you've done this, you're obviously going to pay settlement fees. This will be around about $900 to $1,500, depending on the value of the property and the conveyancer you use. Majority of conveyancers will provide a discount. They all have a carded rate, and then they'll provide you with some sort of discount. If they're not giving you a discount, then ask for it, or ask me and I'll source a quote for you. Once you've gone through with the settlement, then there will be ongoing fees with the bank. Majority of banks will have either an annual fee or a monthly fee. So the annual fee could be anywhere from $198 to say $395 or something like that. And the monthly fee would be around about $10. So you wouldn't have both, you'd have one or the other. And not all banks will have either of them. Some banks are no fees, or some products are no fees. If you might have a no frills product. But the benefit of having a one of these packages is that they generally give you a discount. So that's where you get the discount. So you're paying a fee, but you're getting a discount on the rate, and you'll have access to, say, a credit card. A lot of banks will waive the fee on the credit card because you're paying the package fee. And generally speaking, you'll have an offset account as well, unless you have a fixed rate loan. So those are some of the fees and charges you'll come up against. Oh, one more. If you don't have a 20% deposit, you will have mortgage insurance to pay. And this is not an insurance for you, it's an insurance for the bank. In case you can't pay your debt, the bank has to sell your house and they don't recover the loan that they gave to you, then they get the money back from their mortgage insurer. So they're not protecting you, they're protecting themselves. And one last fee on the way out, when you're selling or refinancing to another bank, then you'll have a discharge fee. And this, generally speaking, will be somewhere like $250 to $350, something like that. And it's not a penalty fee; it's an admin fee, which the bank will charge you so they can process all the paperwork. Oh, sorry, one more. I tell a lie. That's 3 times I've said one more now. So if you have a fixed rate loan and you're exiting the fixed rate loan early, you will have break costs. And again, this isn't a penalty per se. What the bank is doing is recovering the profit which you promised to give them. So you signed a contract and you said, I'm going to stick with you for this long and I'm going to pay you this much interest. The bank has banked that money. And if you're exiting the contract, then they're not going to have that money, so they're trying to recover some of that from you. So this has been a very brief overview of some fees and charges. If you have any further queries, please ask me. Obviously, this is very general advice only. Each bank is very specific and each product within the bank is very specific. But this gives you a bit of an overview of what fees and charges you may well be up against. So if you have any further queries, please hit me up. Until next time, I'm Tom, the Beta Broker.